what are some best practices to try and deter card payment fraud? So with card payment fraud, I believe there are two elements to have a successful strategy. The first one would be a very accurate profiling of your customers. And when I mean profiling is you really want to understand the true behavior of each and every customer that you have. Not only, what is the average transaction type, or, what type of transaction or MCC. You want to drill down as much as you can and get really good insights on how they actually operate on a daily basis. So for example, let's talk about ATM withdrawals with cash. As I mentioned before, we are, all of us, creatures of habits. So chances are that your customers, if they are using ATMs and they withdraw cash on a regular basis, they pretty much have 2 or 3 favorite locations where they will usually go to the ATM and take money out. So one of the places probably will be next to an office. One of the ATMs will be probably in approximate relation to their home address, and probably another ATM either around where they do grocery shopping or some other geolocation of interest to that customer. So try to profile that. Try to profile where are the locations that the customer go over and over and over again. But also try to understand what time of the day they usually use those type of transactions. For example, can be a customer who always take out cash on his way to the office. So it will always be in the morning. Or the opposite, you will have some customers who will try to take cash on their way home, or maybe they do that only on the weekends. So try to drill down as much as you can and create those profiles within your database. And then obviously expose this information to the vendor that you use for transaction monitoring. So you can write those rules and look for deviation and look for anomalies in the actual transaction that you try to flag. I think good customer profiling can really make your strategy way more sophisticated, but also take into consideration having some type of hybrid approach between machine learning and some type of risk scores that are associated with transactions and the traditional rule-based approach. So if you have in-house capabilities to build your own models for machine learning and try to predict behavior of your customers and risk score the transactions or the entity, that's great. If not, you have many vendors today who will do that for you. And actually, one of the latest features that we have at Unit 21 is that we provide scoring for the alerts that you generate in Unit 21 that based both on how the entity interacts within your ecosystem, but also take into consideration how your operation teams are working and how they distributing different alerts, how fraud is trending actually on your platform. So we provide that to our customers today. So I think a hybrid approach is the smart way to go about it, where you can use your best practices of rules and transactions and thresholds and scenarios that you're familiar with, but also take into consideration machine learning and some type of risk scored approach.